Yes, I'm live now. Welcome once again to another new video. This is Santu Sahu and you are watching Sahu's tutorial. Good afternoon to everyone. And here I am again with the mock test for the upcoming Gauhati University PGET 2023 English Literature Entrance Exam. This is part 6. Here I will be covering more than 100 MCQ questions along with explanation. Do join and let me know if everything is okay. I'll be covering more than 100 MCQ questions along with explanation. This is part 6, part 7. Do join and good afternoon to everyone. And this is my humble request to all viewers, to all aspirants. Please make sure to subscribe the channel and tap the bell icon to get more notification and to stay updated. And even do not forget to hit the like button as well and share with your friends. So here I don't want to waste your time. Let's begin the session. Those who have not joined yet, you can watch this session later. It will be available in the playlist. I had created a playlist that is Gauhati University PGET 2023. Yeah. Good afternoon, Sri Ramchandra. Okay, I'll be covering here more than 100 MCQ questions along with explanation. And okay, after completing all these PGT exams, okay, I'll be starting regular classes for the upcoming UGC NET and UGC NET exam. Okay, 216 CUT PG within which can I get? Okay, that is fantastic. Yeah, Sri Ramchandra, 260 is very good. Definitely you will get. Okay, definitely. My pleasure, Sri Ramchandra. Okay, okay. Yeah, so let's begin the session. Okay, definitely I'll be okay. Here I'll be discussing questions. Okay, definitely I'll be talking with you. You just text me in the Telegram. Okay, I'll be talking with you. Okay, don't worry. So I'll be beginning here. The question here. First question is on your screen. Question number 61 here. That is actually I had not organized this question. By the way, okay, I'll be talking with you in the Telegram channel. Definitely, you just text me. I'll be replying there. So here is your first question. I will be covering more than 100 MCQ questions. No, I don't want to waste your time. Let's begin the session. Yeah. These questions. Yeah. So, which Indian English novelist debut novel was Q&A, which adapted into the film Slumdog Millionaire? Vikas Saru, Arvind Adiga, Vikram Seth, Vikram Chandra. Here, Vikas Saru. Okay, excellent. It is Vikas Saru. Chalo. Okay, Sri Ramchandra, you are from which state? Okay. Who is the author of the novel The Palace of Illusions? Anita Desai, Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni, Chumpa Lahiri. Because of excellent aspirant. Okay. Arundhati Roy. I'll be covering here more than 100 MCQ questions. Who is the author of the novel The Palace of Illusions here? Anita Desai, Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni, Chumpa Lahiri, and Arundhati Roy. Okay, UP. The Palace of Illusions here, Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni. Okay, Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni has written The Palace of Illusion. And this is the retelling of Mahabharata from the perspective of Draupadi. From the perspective of Draupadi, it's a retelling of Mahabharata. So, yeah. Next question. Which Indian English novelist works include The Gallets of the Glass Palace and Sea of Poppies? Amitabh Bose, Salman Rushdie, Arvind Adiga, Shashi Tharoor. Which Indian English novelist works include The Glass Palace and Sea of Poppies? Whereas in Glass Palace, there is a character named Rajkumar Raha. Okay, Rajkumar Raha is the protagonist of The Glass Palace. Okay. Which category? General, OBC, or anything? I think general. Which Indian English novelist works into The Glass Palace and Sea of Poppies? Here, Amitabh Ghosh. Amitabh Ghosh has written The Glass Palace and Sea of Poppies. Okay, Amitabh Ghosh has written The Glass Palace and Sea of Poppies. The Palace of Illusions by Chitra Banerjee, General. Okay. Who wrote the novel The Namesake? The novel The Namesake was written by Jhumpal Lahiri, Vikram Seth, Salman Rushdie, Arvind Adiga. Who wrote the novel The Namesake? Jhumpal Lahiri, Vikram Seth, Salman Rushdie, Arvind Adiga. 260 is a good score. Let's hope for the best. थोड़ा थोड़ा होप तो है, ठीक है, मिल भी सकता है, ठीक है. Who wrote the novel The Namesake? Here Jhumpal Lahiri. Jhumpal Lahiri, Namesake, Jhumpal Lahiri. चलो, excellent. The author of The Immortals of Meluha. Where Shiva is the main protagonist. The Immortals of Meluha. Salman Rushdie, Jhumpal Lahiri, Amish Tripathi, Arundhati Roy. The Immortals of Meluha. Who wrote The Immortals of Meluha? It is not Salman Rushdie, it is not Jhumpal Lahiri, it is Amish Tripathi. Excellent. Amish Tripathi has written The Immortals of Meluha. Next question. Which Indian English novelist work often deals with themes of identity, alienation and diaspora? Which Indian English novelist work often deals with themes of identity, alienation and diaspora? So The Immortals of Meluha was written by Amish Tripathi, and here is another question, that which Indian English novelists work often deals with themes of identity, alienation and diaspora? Amitabh Ghosh, Chetan Bhagat, Shashi Tharoor, Jhumpal Lahiri. Diaspora writer, Indian diaspora here, Jhumpal Lahiri. Excellent. It is Jhumpal Lahiri. Excellent. Jhumpal Lahiri's work deals with the themes of identity, alienation and diaspora. Jhumpal Lahiri. Next question. Which novel by Kiran Desai won the Man Booker Prize in 2006? Which novel by Kiran Desai won the Man Booker Prize in 2006? The Inheritance of Loss, Immortals of Meluha, A Suitable Boy, Midnight's Children. Which novel by Kiran Desai won the Man Booker Prize in 2006? The Immortals of Meluha, The Inheritance of Loss, A Suitable Boy, Midnight's Children. Kiran Desai's. Okay, excellent. That is Inheritance of Loss. The Inheritance of Loss. And tell me in which, what is the setting of the Inheritance of Loss? It sets in Gorkhaland movement. Okay, it sets in Gorkhaland movement. Gorkhaland movement. Gorkhaland movement. Another work by Kiran Desai is Halla Bolo in the Guava Orchard, where Sampath Chawla is the protagonist. Halla Bolo in the Guava Orchard. This is another work by Kiran Desai, where Sampath Chawla is the main protagonist. Okay. Next question. Who is the author of the novel The White Tiger? Arundhati Roy, Salman Rushdie, Arvind Adiga, Amitabh Ghosh. White Tiger, what tiger man? Balram Halwai is the main protagonist. Okay. Balram Halwai is the main protagonist here, and it was published in 2008, and in the same year उसको मिला था बुकर प्राइज मिला था, ठीक है. 2008 में उसको बुकर प्राइज मिला था, ठीक है. So 2008 में पब्लिश हुआ था, and 2008 में उसको बुकर प्राइज मिला था. The White Tiger again by Arvind Adiga. Excellent. Chandra. Which 21st century Indian English novelist is known for her works exploring the Indian diaspora and cultural identity, and won the Pulitzer Prize for Fiction in 2000 for her collection of short stories Interpreter of Melodies? Arundhati Roy, Jhumpal Lahiri, Kiran Desai, Chitra Banerjee, Divakaruni. Got it, Rao. Interpreter of melodies here. Again, Jumpal ID. Jumpal ID. Okay, that's correct. Jumpal ID, interpreter of melodies, the short story collection. Okay, short story collection, interpreter of melodies was written by Jumpal ID. Which novel by Salman Rushdie? Yeah, got it. Which novel by Salman Rushdie won the Booker Prize in 1981? Salman Rushdie's ka novel that won the Booker Prize in 1981. Midnight Children, Same, Satanic Verses, Harun and the Sea of Stories. Which novel by Salman Rushdie won the Booker Prize in 1981? Midnight Children, Same, The Satanic Verses, Harun and the Sea of Stories. Booker Prize for here. It is not Same, it is not Satanic Verses, it is not Harun and the Sea of Stories, it is Midnight Children. Okay, Midnight Children. Okay, Midnight Children is the right answer. Moving on to question number 71 here. Who is the author of the Inheritance of Loss set in Gorkhaland movement? Kiran Desai. Excellent. Midnight Children. The Inheritance of Loss set in Gorkhaland movement. Kiran Desai, Arun Putra, Jumpal Ayadi, and Desai. Okay, excellent. Kiran Desai. Next question 72. Which novel by Anita Desai was shortlisted for Booker Prize in 1999? Fasting, Feasting, Clear Light of Day, Baumgartner's Bombay, The Zigzag Way. These are all novels by Anita Desai. You will have to say which novel of Anita Desai was shortlisted for the Booker Prize in the year 1999. Your options are Fasting, Feasting, Clear Light of Day, Baumgartner's Bombay, The Zigzag Way. What would be the right answer here? Booker Prize in 1999, and I am giving a clue here. This novel has two settings. This novel has two settings. Okay, Fasting, Feasting, Clear Light of the Day, Baumgartner's Bombay, and here is it. Clear Light of Day. It is actually autobiographical novel by Anita Desai. Okay, and here the right one is Fasting, Feasting. The right one, that is Fasting, Feasting, was shortlisted for the Booker Prize in 1999. Here A is the right answer, and Clear Light of the Day is the autobiographical one. Is the autobiographical novel by Anita Desai. Okay, moving on to question number 73. Which of the following is a book written by Vikram Seth? Vikram Seth, A Fine Balance, The God of Small Things, and Equal Music, The White Tiger. Here, The White Tiger by Arvind Adiga, The God of Small Things by Arvind Kiroy, A Fine Balance by whom? A Fine Balance by Remington Mystery. Which of the following is a book by Vikram Seth? Vikram Seth has written A Suitable Boy, An Equal Music, The Golden Threshold. So these are all works by. Here question is which of the following is a book by Vikram Seth? Now what would be the right answer here? Do answer in the comment box. Okay, Vikram Seth has written An Equal Music. An Equal Music was written by Vikram Seth. Okay, he has written okay novels like The Golden Threshold. Okay, The Golden Threshold, Suitable Boy. These are all works by. Okay, which of the following isn't a book written by Chetan Bhagat? Okay, which of the following is not a book written by Chetan Bhagat? 5 point someone who states half girlfriend a suitable boy. Which of the following is not a book written by Chetan Bhagat? Okay, 5 point someone who states is everything stacking? Is it buffering now? No one is answering. No one is actually. Is everything okay? Is everything okay, Ra? Is everything okay? Yeah, I think okay. Is it okay? Is it buffering? All okay now? Please let me know if everything is okay. Is everything okay? Actually, I am not getting anyone's message. That's why Asking you, is everything okay? Please, those who are live, please do let me know if everything is okay. I'll be then okay. Chalo. Which of the following is not a book written by? Which of the following is not a book written by Chetan Bhagat? So here you see five points someone by. Okay, okay. Which of the following is not a book written by Chetan Bhagat? 5 points someone. Two states, half girlfriend. These are all works by Chetan Bhagat, whereas a suitable boy was written by Bikram Seth. So here, suitable boy is the right answer. Okay, it is by Bikram Seth. Okay, Bikram Seth. So Bikram Seth has also written The Golden Threshold and Equal Music. So, which of the following is a book written by Sasita? Thank you, mommy. So here, which of the following is a book written by Sashi Tharoor? A Suitable Boy, the great Indian novel, The White Tiger, the namesake. So you see, which of the following is a book written by Sashi Tharoor? Here the right answer is the Great Indian Novel. Okay, the Great Indian Novel. The Great Indian Novel by Sashi Tharoor. Okay, White Tiger by Nadiga and here suitable by Bikram Seth. The White Mughals. The White Mughals किसने लिखा है? Who is the author of the novel The White Mughals? अरुंधति रॉय, अमिताभ घोष, विलियम डैम्पल, किरण देसाई. किसने लिखा है The White Mughals? White Mughals किसने लिखा है? अरुंधति रॉय, अमिताभ घोष, विलियम डैम्पल, and here it is Kiran Desai. So here the right answer is actually William Temple has written White Mughals. The White Mughals was written by here William Temple. Next question. Which Indian English novelist debut novel, An Atlas of Impossible Longing? An Atlas of Impossible Longing was published in 2008. Okay. Which Indian English novelist debut novel, An Atlas of Impossible Longing was published in 2008? Chetan Bhagat, Arundhati Roy, Kiran Desai, Anuradha Roy. Anuradha Roy. So here, An Atlas of Impossible Longing was written by Anuradha Roy. Anuradha Roy has written An Atlas of Impossible Longing. Which Indian English novelist works include A Suitable Boy and Equal Music? Previous question, Bikram said Salman Rushdie, Arundhati Roy, Shashi Tharoor. So it is Bikram said. Bikram said has written A Suitable Boy and Equal Music. Next question. Which of the following begins with these words? Good morning to the day, and next my goals. Open the shrine that I may see my saint. Good morning to the day, and next my goal. Open the shrine that I may see my saint. The poetess term, Cynthia's rebels, Volponi, none of these. So these are the opening lines of Volponi or the Sly Fox in Italy. Okay, by Ben Jonson. Next question. Look back in anger by who wrote Look Back in Anger? What's here performed? This was Look Back in Anger. Was okay, in which year Look Back in Anger was performed? जो भी है 1955, 1956, 1957, 1958. Look Back in Anger. Okay, this is a kitchen sink drama. This is a kitchen sink drama. Okay, kitchen sink drama by Osborne. Kitchen sink drama. It was performed in 1956. Okay, kitchen sink drama. Jimmy Porter. Okay, Osborne लिखा है किचन सिंह ड्रामा लुक बैक इन एंगर was published in 19 performed in 1956. Okay, who wrote When a poet's mind is perfectly equipped of its work and it is constantly amalgamating human experience? T.S. Eliot's F.R. Levitch, I.A. Richards, none of these. Who wrote When a poet's mind is perfectly equipped of its work, okay, and it is constantly amalgamating human experience? T.S. Eliot's F.R. Levitch, I.A. Richards, none of this. So these words were spoken by here T.S. Eliot. T.S. Eliot has said these lines that when a poet's mind is perfectly equipped of its work, it is constantly amalgamating human experience. Big Brother, the antagonist of the novel, the dystopian novel, you just answered here. I am coming up. Just a minute. Give me just a minute. Okay. So Big Brother is found in Midnight Children, Satanic Verses, 1984, and none of these. So 1984 is a dystopian novel by George Orwell. 1984. This is a dystopian novel. It's a dystopian novel. It published in 1949, where Big Brother is the antagonist of the novel. Antagonist of the novel. So it is 1984 is the dystopian novel by George Orwell. Chalo. Who is the protagonist of the Immortals of Meluha? Then here Shiva, Brahma, Vishnu, Indra. Who is the protagonist of Immortals of Meluha? And here the protagonist of Immortals of Meluha is actually Meluha, Shiva. Shiva is the protagonist of Immortals of Meluha, Shiva. Next questions, moving on to question number 84 here. What is the name of the river that Shiva, the protagonist of Immortals of Meluha, crosses to race Meluha? मेलुहा पहुंचने के लिए कौन सा रिवर द प्रोटैगनिस्ट ऑफ द नॉवेल इमोर्टल्स ऑफ मेलुहा क्रॉस किया था? व्हाट वाज द नेम ऑफ द रिवर दैट शिवा द प्रोटैगनिस्ट ऑफ द नॉवेल क्रॉसेस टू रीच मेलुहा? सरस्वती, गंगा, जमुना, नर्मदा. सो इमोर्टल्स ऑफ मेलुहा में द शिवा प्रोटैगनिस्ट एक्चुअली क्रॉसेस सरस्वती रिवर. सरस्वती रिवर इज द राइट आंसर. हु इज द ऑथर द फकीर ऑफ जहांगीरा? द फकीर ऑफ जहांगीरा किसने लिखा है? रविंद्रनाथ टैगोर, हेनरी डिरेजियो, सरोजिनी नायडू, बंकिम चंद्र चटर्जी. किसने लिखा है? द फकीर ऑफ जहांगीरा. द फकीर ऑफ जहांगीरा. ओके, सरस्वती, एक्सीलेंट. The who is the author of the Fakir of Jahangir? Jahangir is actually written by Henry Vivian Dereggio. Dereggio has written the Fakir of Jahangir. Here Henry Vivian Dereggio. B is the right answer. B is the right answer. When was the novel Rajmohan's Wife? And Rajmohan's Wife is the first Indian novel written in English. Okay. First Indian novel written in English. Each written in English is Rajmohan's Wife by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee. Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay or Chatterjee. Here it was published in 1864, 1881. Dereggio, excellent Dereggio. Got it, excellent Asha. Yeah. So Rajmohan's Wife was published in Rajmohan's Wife. This is the first Indian novel written in English by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee Chattopadhyay. Here 1864 is the okay Chatterjee, excellent. So 1864 here Rajmohan's Wife was published in 1864. 1864 में published हुआ था. Excellent. Next question, what is the name of the Little Match Girl by Hans Christian Andersen? What is the main theme? What is the main theme of the Little Match Girl by Hans Christian Andersen? Hans Christian Andersen, the importance of family, the power of imagination, the harsh realities of poverty and suffering, the beauty of the nature. So, Little Match Girl by Hans Christian Andersen. The main theme of that short story is the harsh realities of poverty and suffering. The harsh realities of poverty and suffering is the main theme of C. Okay, 87 C. Excellent, got it, Asa. And here is question number 88. Here, what is the name of G.K. Chesterton's detective? Which character was created by G.K. Chesterton? Okay, what is the name of G.K. Chesterton's detective? Lord Whimsy, Father Brown, Peter Pan, Miss Mapples. Here the right answer 88 here. Peter Pan is a character by James Matthew Barrie. Miss Mapples by Agatha Christie. Then you have Lord Whimsy by Lord Peter. So here Father Brown. Okay, Father Brown. G.K. Chesterton has created the detective character here, Father Brown. Father Brown. Whereas Peter Pan was created by James Matthew Barrie. Okay, and whereas Miss Mapples by Agatha Christie. And here is the explanation. You see, Lord Peter Whimsy, the fictional protagonist in a series of detective novels, short stories by Dorothy L. Sayre. So Dorothy L. Sayre has created Lord Peter Whimsy, whereas Miss Jane Marple is a fictional character in Agatha Christie's crime novels and short stories. Miss Marple lives in the village of St. Mary Mead, whereas Peter Pan is the fictional character created by Scottish novelist and playwright James Matthew Barrie. James Matthew Barrie, Peter Pan. Father Brown by G.K. Chesterton, whereas Miss Jane Marple by Agatha Christie, and Lord Peter Whimsy by Dorothy L. Sayers. Okay, who wrote, and here who wrote Rites of Passage? Rites of Passage, the novel Rites of Passage, Albert Camus, G.K. Chesterton, William Golding, T.S. Eliot. किसने लिखा है? The novel Rites of Passage by Albert Camus. Albert Camus, that is wrong. G.K. Chesterton, that is wrong. William Golding, T.S. Eliot. T.S. Eliot. So it is William Golding. William Golding has written Rites of Passage. William Golding has written Rites of Passage. Next question. Who are known as Lake District poets? Okay. Who are known as Lake District poets? Take the word one out. So we have Lake School of Poetry. Lake School of Poetry. Okay. Lake School of Poetry. Okay. So the Lake School of Poetry. William Golding. Okay. Got it. Asa. So Lake School of Poetry. S से school से शादी. ठीक है. And C से Coleridge. ठीक है. And always there is Wordsworth. So here the find the odd one here. Lake School of Poetry or Lake District poets here. Wordsworth was always there. ठीक है. And school S stands for study, whereas C stands for Coleridge. So Coleridge and Sadi was there. The odd one is actually Shelley. Okay, Shelley is the right answer here. Find the odd one here. Shelley is the right answer. And here is another PDF. Okay, here is another PDF here. Okay, is it visible, Asa? Question number 214 is on your screen here. Which of the following novelists got the Nobel Prize? Here Virginia Woolf, James Joyce, Hemingway, and Joseph Conrad. Okay, got it, Shelley. Excellent, Asha. Now tell me, question number 214 is the 214 is on your screen here. Which of the following novelists got the Nobel Prize here? Got the Nobel Prize. Virginia Woolf, Hemingway, James Joyce, and Joseph Conrad. Okay, now do answer. Question number 214 is the right answer. Question number 214 is on your screen here. Do answer. And इनमें से कौन नोबेल प्राइज किसको नोबेल प्राइज मिला था? Okay. No. Joseph Conrad did not receive any Nobel Prize. James Joyce did not get. Virginia Woolf को भी नहीं मिला था. It is Hemingway. Hemingway को मिला था 1954 में मिला था. ठीक है. Hemingway got the Nobel Prize in 1954. ठीक है. Hemingway, Ernest Hemingway, the American novelist, got the Nobel Prize in 1954. It is Hemingway is the right answer. ठीक है. Next question. Which of the following statement got the Nobel Prize? Okay. Statement. Okay, got the Nobel Prize. Mahatma Gandhi, Stalin, Churchill, Saddam Hussein. Who got the? Which of the following statement got the Nobel Prize here? Okay. It is not Mahatma Gandhi को तो नहीं मिला था, स्टालिन को भी नहीं मिला था. It is Winston Churchill. Okay. Winston Churchill got the Nobel Prize in 1953. So 1953 में याद रखना, 1953 में विंस्टन चर्चिल को मिला था. उसका नेक्स्ट ईयर में किसको मिला था? नहीं, सदाम हुसैन को नहीं मिला था. विंस्टन चर्चिल who was a statesman. Okay. And 1953 में चर्चिल को मिला था. उसके एक साल बाद 1954 में अर्नेस्ट हेमिंगवे को नोबेल प्राइज मिला था. Who wrote Train to Pakistan? R.K. Narayan, Manohar Malgankar, Khushwant Singh, Mulkas Anand. Who wrote Train to Pakistan having 4 parts, and here the fictional setting is Mono Majra. ठीक है. Okay, excellent. Khushwant Singh has written Train to Pakistan. Mono Majra is the fictional setting. Mono Majra. ठीक है. And it's a partition novel. Partition of India. Okay, it deals with the partition of India. ठीक है. Partition of India. Mono Majra is a fictional border village. A fictional border village. ठीक है. Border village is Mono Majra. ठीक है. Train to Pakistan by Khushwant Singh. Okay. Michael Henchard is the hero of Jude the Obscure. Return of the Native, the Mayor of Castor Beach, Far from the Madding Crowd. Michael Henchard is the hero of Jude the Obscure, The Return of the Native, The Mayor of Castor Beach, Far from the Madding Crowd. Michael Henchard is the hero of which novel? Of थॉमस हार्डी, बीबी को छोड़ के आता है, ठीक है। मेला मेडिस, द मेयर ऑफ कैस्टरबीज, ओके। माइकल हेंचर्ड इज द okay, the mayor of Casterbridge. This is a famous character, okay, Michael Henchard, okay. Michael Henchard is a famous character from the mayor of Casterbridge by Hardy, mayor of Casterbridge, okay. Who wrote the partition novel Azadi? Azadi किसने लिखा था? This is a partition novel, okay. Another partition novel, okay. Partition novel, okay, deals with the partition, okay. Azadi किसने लिखा था? R.K. नारायण, खुशवंत सिंह, टैगर, चमन नाहल. Who wrote the novel called Azadi, which is a partition novel? R.K. नारायण, खुशवंत सिंह, टैगर, चमन नाहल. किसने लिखा है? आजादी बाई चमन नाहल, ओके. आजादी बाई चमन नाहल हैज रिटन, चमन नाहल हैज रिटन आजादी, ठीक है. Here D is the right answer. The God of Small Things, okay, Chaman Nahal, excellent answer. The God of Small Things is written by R.K. Naran, Graham Greene, Arundhati Roy, Hemingway. किसने लिखा है? The God of Small Things. The God of Small Things by whom? Okay, The God of Small Things by 219 here. चलो, Arundhati Roy has written The God of Small Things. The God of Small Things by Arundhati Roy. Excellent, Ritika. चलो, who wrote the poem The Listeners? Okay, Asa got it. The Listeners, the poem here. Listeners and Other Poems. The full title is Listeners and Other Poems. This is the name of the full title of the poem, The Other Poems by Tennyson, Goldsmith, Thomas Hood and Walter de la Mare. किसने लिखा है? The poem Listeners, okay, the poem Listeners and Other Poems was written by Thomas Hood, Walter de la Mare, Goldsmith, Tennyson. So it is Walter de la Mare. Walter de la Mare has written the collection of poem that is named as Listeners and the Other Poems. Okay. In writing Canterbury Tales, Chaucer was influenced by Decameron, the Divine Comedy, the Holy Bible, none of these. Chaucer's Canterbury Tales. Chaucer was influenced by which works here? It is not Holy Bible, it is not Divine Comedy, it is Boccaccio's Decameron. It is Boccaccio's Decameron. Boccaccio's Decameron has influenced Chaucer to write the Canterbury Tales. Here Decameron is the right answer. Okay. Which poems start with Behold her single in the field, okay. Behold her A. Okay, yes, got it, Asa. It is actually Decameron. Now 222. Behold her single in the field. Lucy Gray, the solitary reaper, hymn to intellectual beauty, Dover Beach. Behold her single in the field. And this is a poem by William Wordsworth. This is a poem by William Wordsworth. ठीक है? And this is here the opening line. These are lines from here. The solitary reaper, okay, solitary reaper. Behold her single in the field. This is a line from the solitary reaper. Excellent. Chalo. Animal Farm in the evening also we will be doing, okay. Okay. Animal Farm was written by James Joyce, George Orwell, Virginia Woolf, Hemingway. In the evening also we will be doing, okay. Another set of question in the evening as well. So Animal Farm was written by, किसने लिखा है? जितना जल्दी आंसर दोगे उतना ज्यादा फास्ट हम मूव करेंगे. Animal Farm here Okay, George Orwell, Animal Farm. George Orwell, Animal Farm, excellent. गॉट इट जुथिका. चलो, जॉर्ज ऑरवेल हैज रिटन एनिमल फार्म. शोभा दे, शोभा दे जिसने लिखा है द नॉवेल्स लाइक स्पीड पोस्ट. राइट डाउन दैट स्पीड पोस्ट. ओके, सोशलाइट इवनिंग्स. ओके, जॉर्ज ऑरवेल, गॉट इट. स्पीड पोस्ट, सोशलाइट इवनिंग्स, स्टारी नाइट्स. ओके, स्टारी नाइट्स, then socialite evenings, speed push, starry nights, socialite evenings, these are all works. Second thoughts. Okay, second thoughts, second thoughts, these are all okay works by Shobha De. Shobha De was a poet, dramatist, novelist and actress. Shobha De has written novels like Speed Post, Starry Nights, then you have Socialite Evenings, Socialite Evenings and Second Thoughts. So she was actually a novelist. Okay, novelist. Shobha De was a novelist and she has written novels like Speed Post, Starry Nights, Socialite Evenings and Second Thoughts. Danced was written by Danced, Dryden, Poe, Tennyson and Poe, Shelley. So you see here Maxfligno, किसने लिखा है? Maxfligno किसने लिखा है? Maxfligno किसने लिखा है? And where here Danced, Danced किसने लिखा है? Dryden's Maxfligno is a direct attack on Shadwell. Maxfligno is an attack on Thomas Shadwell. Okay, Thomas Shadwell, which is written by Dryden, Maxfligno, whereas Danced, okay, was written by किसने लिखा है? Pope लिखा है. ठीक है, Danced was written by Pope. Yeah, excellent. Pope has written Danced. चलो, it is not King Magnus, it is King Magnus. Okay, King Magnus is a character in Apple Cart, Man and Superman, Pygmalion, Saint John. King Magnus is a character in Apple Cart, Man and Superman, Pygmalion, Saint John. King Magnus, these are all works by G.B. Shaw. These are all G.B. Shaw. These are all works by G.B. Shaw. So King Magnus is a character from do answer. Okay, so King Magnus is actually Apple Cart. Okay, got it. Apple Cart. King Magnus is a character in Apple Cart by G.B. Shaw. चलो, Bernard Shaw got the Nobel Prize for Pygmalion, Man and Superman, Saint John, none of these. G.B. Shaw. Okay, Bernard Shaw got the Nobel Prize for Pygmalion, The Man and Superman, Saint John, none of these. Okay, excellent. It is for Saint John. It is for Saint John. Okay, Bernard Shaw got the Nobel Prize. Now tell me, you will in which year? In which year he got the Nobel Prize? I am giving here options: 1924, 1926, 1925, 1923. Do answer. In which year G.B. Shaw got the Nobel Prize, or he was awarded with the prestigious Nobel Prize? G.B. Shaw को कब मिला था Nobel Prize? Here you say me Beowulf is a heroic poem, lyric poem, elegiac poem. So it is 1925. 1925, ठीक है? जीबी शॉ को, जॉर्ज बर्नार्ड शॉ को 1925 में मिला था नोबेल प्राइज, ठीक है, 1925 पे जीबी शॉ को मिला था, ठीक है। द ऑथर ऑफ बेowulf हियर, द ऑथर ऑफ बेowulf इज बीथ, चॉसर, काइनून, अर्नोन। So Camus is the first sign writer. Caedmon is the first poet. The Anglo-Saxon Milton. Caedmon is known as the first poet here, and he is also known as that is Anglo-Saxon Milton. Okay, Caedmon, and Camus is the writer who, for the first time after writing his work, has signed. The first sign writer is Camus, and the author of Beowulf is actually unknown. Okay, anonymous. Now tell me, Beowulf is a heroic poem, lyric poem, elegiac poem. The Beowulf is a heroic poem. The Beowulf is a heroic poem. So here heroic poem. Chalo. Anglo-Saxon period is often said to be from 450 to 1066 होगा. 450 to 1066. This is Anglo-Saxon period. ठीक है. So this is here C is the right answer. Anglo-Saxons or Old English period. Anglo-Saxons and Jutes, these are the three Germanic tribes, okay, who came to England in 450 in the middle of the 5th century. Okay, Anglo-Saxons and Jutes, the three Germanic tribes, they came to England and they started living there. Okay, it's a heroic poetry, excellent Beowulf. And Anglo-Saxon period is from 450 to 1066. Okay, 1066. Got it. The name of the monster in Beowulf, which is a heroic poem by Gomanjo, Grendel, Frankenstein, Mephistopheles. The monster in Beowulf Beach. The monster in Beowulf Beach known as do answer in the comment box. The monster in Beowulf is known as okay, it is Grendel. Okay, it is Grendel. Grendel is the monster in that Beowulf. Okay, Grendel. Okay, Grendel is the name of the monster in Beowulf. Who says life, eternal life? Don't know. Okay, that is actually Grendel is a monster in with whom Beowulf fought. Okay, so that is Grendel. Beowulf fought with Grendel and Grendel's mother as well. So who says life, eternal life, eternal life? Here these lines appear in part 1 of Pilgrim Progress by John Bunyan. Part 1 of Pilgrim Progress by John Bunyan, that was published in 1678. 1678 में published हुआ था. It's an allegorical work, Christian allegory, where Christian is the main protagonist. Here Christian, it is actually Christian. Christian is the protagonist of the work that is Pilgrim Progress, that was published in 1678, and these lines are spoken by the part 1 of Pilgrim's Progress by Christian. Okay, this is a Christian allegorical work. Beatrix was the woman whose love inspired a man to write an immortal poem. Who was the man? Beatrix, okay, was the woman whose love inspired a man to write an immortal poem. That is, who was the man? Shelley, Shakespeare, Dante. So it is Dante. चलो बहुत इजी है. And in Vanity Fair, okay, Vanity Fair is a name of the place, okay, appears in Pilgrim Progress. and that had helped William Macclesfield Thackeray to write the novel Vanity Fair. Here it is Dante. Dante's beloved is Beatrix. Dante's beloved is Beatrix. Okay, Charles the First was executed in. Charles the First was executed in. Earlier I had discussed this question. 1648, 1645, 1650 and 1649. Charles the First was executed in 1649. Then the interregnum period. Okay, or the Commonwealth period from it is 1649 to 1660 is the interregnum period or period. Interregnum period. Interregnum period. And the Commonwealth period is known from 1649 to 1660. Alexander Pope died in 1744. So this is known as the age of Pope from 1700 to 1744. Okay, so 1649 excellent. So Alexander Pope here died in 1744. So after the death of Alexander Pope, the age of Pope ended, or it is known as the Augustan age. So you see that 1700 to 1744 is known as the age of Pope. Age of Pope, it is also known as Augustan age. Okay, it is also known as Augustan age. And from 1745 say, that is you have 1798 is known as age of Johnson. Age of Johnson, that is age of sensibility, or it is also known as age of sensibility. Age of sensibility, ठीक है? So 1700 to 1744 is age of Pope and or Augustan age. 1745 to 1798 is known as age of Johnson, or it is also known as age of sensibility. Next slide. Let me zoom it. Okay, Robert Burns here. Robert Burns was born in England, Scotland, Ireland, France. So Robert Burns is known as plowman poet. He is known as plowman poet. Okay, Robert Burns is known as plowman poet. So Robert Burns was born in England, Ireland, Scotland, and France. Where does he born, Robert Burns here? Question number 235 is on your screen here. 235 is on your screen here. Robert Burns was born in So Robert Burns was actually a Scottish poet. Okay, a Scottish poet. He is known as plowman poet. Okay, To a Mountain Daisy. To a Mountain Daisy is a poem by Wordsworth Keats Shelley Burns. To a Mountain Daisy. Burns was born in Scotland. He was a Scottish poet known as plowman poet. To a Mountain Daisy is a poem by Wordsworth Shelley, Keats and Burns. Who has written the poem called To a Mountain Daisy? Do answer in the comment box and do like the section. Please visit the playlist that is Gauhati University PGET 2023 English Literature Masters, and in the playlist you will get all the videos that I have recently uploaded. Okay, so this poem, that is To a Mountain Daisy, was written by Robert Burns. No, Scottish poet. Okay, Scottish poet. Chalo. To a Mountain Daisy is a poem by Robert Burns. Robert Burns, who wrote The Devil's Disciple. The Devil's Disciple, John Galsworthy. Burns got it. Galsworthy, James Matthew, G.B. Shaw, Christopher Fry. Who wrote The Devil's Disciple? John Galsworthy, James Matthew, G.B. Shaw, and Christopher Fry. It is written by, okay, it is written by G.B. Shaw, okay. G.B. Shaw has written, the Irish playwright, okay. Irish playwright has written The Devil's Disciple. Who was the father of poetry in English literature? John Gawat, William Langland, Geoffrey Chaucer, Beowulf. Who is the father of poetry in English literature? Chalo, Chaucer. Chaucer's prologue to the Canterbury Tales. Prologue and many of the Canterbury Tales appeared in. So this is actually a wrong option here given. The right option should be 1387 se 1400. Okay, that would be the right answer. Okay, 1387 se 1400. ठीक है. Chaucer's prologue and many of the Canterbury Tales appeared in 1387, between 1387 and 1400. Between 1387 and 1400. Chaucer died in the age of Chaucer from 1340 to 1400. So this is Chaucer died in 1400. When he died 1400, it was the end of Chaucer, age of Chaucer. Chaucer found English a dialect and left it a language. Who said these words? S.A. Brooke, G.K. Chesterton, John Livingston Royce, or Rickett. 1399, 1400. In some books it is 1399, in some books it is 1400, but 1400 is the right answer. 1400 is the right answer. Okay, 1400. Awesome. 1400 is the most acceptable one. Okay, the most acceptable one is the 1400. Chaucer found English a dialect and left it a language. Who said these words here? S.A. Brooke, G.K. Chesterton. Now tell me, the character Father Brown was created by whom? The character Father Brown was created here, Lois. Okay, Lois has said that Chaucer found English a dialect and left it a language. Now tell me, earlier I had discussed who has created the character Father Brown. पीटर पैन किसने क्रिएट किया था? पीटर पैन एंड फादर ब्राउन. चलो, फादर ब्राउन किसने क्रिएट किया था? पीटर पैन किसने क्रिएट किया था? आंसर करो कमेंट बॉक्स पे. चौसर्स, ओके. ट्रोइलस एंड क्रिसिडी. ट्रोइलस एंड क्रिसिडी इज अ नैरेटिव पोएम. इट्स अ सैटायर, इट्स अ बैलेड एंड ओड. चलो, चौसर्स एंड ट्रोइलस एंड क्रिसिडी वेयर फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम Chaucer has used rhyme royal. Rhyme royal for the first time has been used by Chaucer in Troilus and Cressida, and rhyme royal has 7 lines. Okay, rhyme royal has 7 lines. So it's a narrative work. Narrative, okay. Troilus and Cressida is a narrative. The narrative, and here it was written by Chaucer, and in Troilus and Cressida for the first time Chaucer has used rhyme royal having 7 lines. Okay. If Chaucer is the father of English poetry, he is also the grandfather of English fiction. किसने बोला था? विलियम जे लॉन्ग, एस डी नील, एल्बर्ट एडवर्ड एल्बर्ट एंड जी के चेस्टरटन किसने बोला था? If Chaucer is the father of English poetry, he is the grandfather of English fiction. Here, who expressed this opinion? It is again G K Chesterton. G K Chesterton has said this. Okay. The prevailing feature of Chaucer's humor is its satirical nature, crudity, urbanity, bitterness. The prevailing feature of Chaucer's humor is its urbanity. B is the right answer. Men and women of every class of society in England are grouped around the jovial host of in Canterbury Tales, Tabard in Canterbury, Blackfriars in none of these. So what was the name of the inn that can be found in Chaucer's Canterbury Tales? Men and women of every class of society in England are grouped around the jovial host of the, it is Harry Valley, host of the Tabard in Blackfriars in Canterbury, none of these. I'll be starting another session from 9 p.m. okay, in the evening. I'll be starting another session from 9 after 9 okay, after 9 p.m. Chalo. So it is the Tabard Inn. Her person barren of fine scarlet reed, full stride, gated and shows full moist and new. Bold was her face and fair and red of hue. These lines were spoken for wife of Bath. Okay, wife of Bath, and she is named as Alison. Okay, the name of the wife of Bath is Alison. The name of the wife of Bath is Alison. Okay. Chalo. Tabard Inn, Harry Valley is the host. What is this word? Okay, what is this word? What access men to have now with his love, now in his cold grave, alone without any company. These lines occur in Chaucer's The Knight Tale, the Parson's Tale, the Pardoner's Tales, the Tales of Prioress. What is this word? What access men to have now with his love and now in his cold grave. These lines appear in the Pardoner's Tales. The Pardoner's Tale. Okay. Chaucer wrote the Canterbury Tales in the received and reformed Southern dialect, Northumbrian dialect, Kentish dialect. Chaucer wrote the Canterbury Tales in East Midland dialect. East Midland dialect. Chaucer wrote the Canterbury Tales in which dialect? That is in East Midland dialect. Okay. Now do answer. Asa. Who introduced the heroic couplet into English? किसने heroic couplet को introduce किया था English पे? William Langland, John Gower, Chaucer, none of these. Okay, which is actually a palinode of Troilus and Cressida. So Chaucer first wrote Troilus and Cressida. Okay, Troilus and Cressida, where Chaucer has depicted the fickleness of women. Chaucer has presented women as bad character. Okay. Now in Legend of Good Women, where for the first time Chaucer has used heroic couplet, and here he is representing the women as a good character. So that's why it's a palinode. Palinode means when the author is rejecting the earlier views. Okay, here Chaucer was the one. Chaucer for the first time used rhyme in Troilus and Cressida, and Chaucer here that is in Legend of Good Women for the first time has used heroic couplet, whereas Chaucer in the Book of Duchess for the first time in the Book of Duchess he has used Ottava Rima. Okay, Ottava Rima has been used by Chaucer in the Book of Duchess, which is actually an allegorical work on the death of Blanche, okay, of wife of John the Gaunt. Chalo. Chaucer's first attempt in English to use the heroic couplet occurs in the Parson's Tales, the Legend of Good Women, the Parliament of Fowls, the House of Fame. House of Fame here is actually following the structure of the Divine Comedy. Okay, the Parliament of Fowls, the Legend of Good Women, the Parson's Tale. Parson's Tale is the last tale of Chaucer, Canterbury Tales. Here, the Chaucer's first attempt in English to use the heroic couplet is Legend of Good Women, which is a parallel of Troilus and Thisbe. And here, Knight's Tale is the first tale, and the last tale is Parson's Tale. And Parson's Tale is in prose. Okay, Parson's Tale is in prose. Which tale of Chaucer is in prose? Here, Parson's Tale. Parson's Tale is in prose, and this is the last tale. House of Pain is following the structure of Dante's Divine Comedy. Okay, Legend of Good Women is another one where he has used the first time has used heroic couplet. The pilgrims in Chaucer's prologue to the Canterbury Tales go to the pilgrimage to the tomb of Saint Thomas Becket, Saint Paul, Saint Joseph, Saint Nicholas. The pilgrims in Chaucer's prologue to the Canterbury Tales go to the pilgrimage to the tomb of Saint Thomas Becket, Saint Paul, Saint Joseph, Saint Nicholas. You answer here. Do answer here. The pilgrims in Chaucer's Canterbury Tales, the Canterbury Tales, both the pilgrimage tomb of here. It is here Saint Thomas Becket. Saint Thomas Becket is the right answer. Next question: the Book of Duchess. The Book of Duchess is actually on the death of Blanche. Death of Blanche. Death of Blanche. Okay, wife of John the Gaunt. Okay, wife of the patron John. Okay, so here it is actually an ode, a satire, a ballad. It is not a ballad, it is not a satire, rather it is not an ode, it is an allegorical one. The Book of Duchess, Ottava Rima was used by Chaucer here. Okay, Ottava Rima here was used here on the day of Blanche. It is an allegorical work. It is an allegorical work, the Book of Duchess. Okay, the Book of Duchess. Chaucerian 7-line stanza is also known as Chaucer ka 7-line stanza is also known as octosyllabic lines, decasyllabic lines, heroic couplet, rhyme royal. Rhyme royal is having 7-line stanza. For the first time, Chaucer has used rhyme royal in Troilus and Thisbe. So Chaucer's 7-line stanza is also known as rhyme royal. The Black Death was during the 14th century was a religious movement, a movement of social reformation. The terrible plague bringing death and devastation, of political revolt against the Edward III. So Black Death is actually the terrible plague bringing death and devastation during the 14th century. Here C is the right answer. Moving on to the next slide here. Let me zoom it. Okay, the vision of William concerning Piers the Plowman was written by William Langland, Geoffrey Chaucer, John Wycliffe, John Gower. So Langland has written Piers the Plowman. Piers the Plowman, which is actually an alliterative word. Okay, Piers. Okay, Piers the alliteration. Piers the Plowman. So an alliterative. Okay, alliterative. Okay. This is also an expose. This is to expose the corruption of CC. Okay, got it. Which one you are answering? C here. Okay, I am here. I am doing a 255 here. बहुत नींद आ रहा है. चलो. The vision of William concerning Piers the Plowman was written by here William Langland. So, Piers the Plowman is actually a social satire, an allegory on human life, a ballad on medieval life, a sonnet on the theme of life. What is Piers the Plowman? Piers the Plowman here is actually an allegory on human life. An allegory on human life. Piers the Plowman. An allegory on human life. The main motive. What was the main motive of Piers the Plowman? This is an alliterative verse to expose the corruption and evils of the church. Okay, the main motive or the main motto of Piers the Plowman was to expose the corruption and evils of the church. So 257 का A right answer है. Who was the first poet buried in what is now known as Poets' Corner in Westminster Abbey? Westminster Abbey. Do answer here. Who was the first poet? Who was the first poet buried in what is now known as Poets' Corner in Westminster Abbey? Now do answer. Question number 258 is on your screen. Who was the first poet buried in what is now known as Poets' Corner in Westminster Abbey? John Donne, Edmund Spenser, Geoffrey Chaucer, and John Gower. And you know, Edmund Spenser has used archaic language. Edmund Spenser has used archaic language. Edmund Spenser is known as the poet's poet, and it was Charles Lamb who has conferred the title upon Edmund Spenser. That Edmund Spenser is the poet's poet. Here 258 ka C. Yeah, it was Geoffrey Chaucer, which known as the Poets' Corner in Westminster Abbey. So C is the excellent right answer. Chaucer died in the reign of Henry IV, Edward III, Henry III, Richard II. So here Chaucer worked under you have that is ERH. Okay, that is Edward the third. ठीक है. Then Richard the second and Henry the fourth. ठीक है. So here Henry the fourth, Chaucer died in the reign of Henry the fourth. Next question. In which three language? Okay. In which three language Chaucer, okay, works can be divided? So you see here Chaucer's works can be divided in actually French, Italian, and English. So here options are wrong actually. Okay, in which three language Chaucer's works? First is French, then the second is actually Italian. Okay, Italian phrase, and the last one is English phrase. Okay, okay. So it is French, Italian, and English. French, Italian, and English कहाँ पे नहीं है ना? चलो French, Italian, and English. चलो French, Italian, and English होगा. ठीक है. For which book Dryden said, "Here indeed is God's plenty. The House of Fame, The Legend of Good Women, Prologue to the Canterbury Tales, The Book of Duchess." Okay, that is Prologue to the Canterbury Tales. Here the House of Fame is actually is following the structure of Divine Comedy of Dante, and the Legend of Good Women is the palinode of Troilus and Cressida. And for the first time in Legend of Good Women, he has used heroic couplet. Heroic couplet for the first time was used by Chaucer in Legend of Good Women, which is a palinode of Troilus and Cressida. This is also incomplete work. And the Book of Duchess is actually Ottava Rima was used in Book of Duchess, and Book of Duchess is actually on the death of Blanche, John of Gaunt, the Passion, and it is actually an allegorical work. Okay, so Chaucer's Romance of the Rose is based on Romance of the Rose, Le Roman de Rose, and none of the above. So here Le Roman de Rose. The Romance of the Rose is written by decasyllabic, 8-syllabic line, octosyllabic, and heroic couplet. Romance of the Rose was written in octosyllabic couplet. 263 here B is the right answer. Octosyllabic couplet. ठीक है. Octosyllabic couplet. Next slide here. Chaucer's Troilus and Cressida, which is adapted from Boccaccio's, is dedicated to. Chaucer has dedicated Troilus and Cressida to whom? John Barber, William Langland, Sir John Mandeville, and John Gower, the moral Gower. So Chaucer's Troilus and Cressida, which is adapted from Boccaccio, is dedicated to whom? Question number 264 is on your screen here. Chaucer dedicated Troilus and Cressida is to the moral Gower. The here John Gower is the right answer. Okay. Which poem is first known attempt in English to use the heroic couplet. Heroic couplet was for the first time used in Gower's Confessio Amantis, James the First, the King's Square, Chaucer's The Legend of Good Women, Langland's Piers the Plowman. Piers the Plowman is actually an alliterative verse. Okay. The motive was to expose the corruption of the church. Again, Chaucer's The Legend of Good Women is the right answer. Chaucer's The Legend of Good Women is the right answer. Excellent. Okay. Confessio Amantis was written in English. Okay. John Gower's Confessio Amantis was written in English, whereas Vox Clamentis was written in Latin. Okay. John Gower's three works, Confessio Amantis, the Lover of the Confession, was written in English, whereas Vox Clementi was written in Latin. Yeah, it was written in Latin. And here the first one, that is you will come here again the next question. And James the First is a Chaucerian. Okay, which Chaucerian? Scottish Chaucerian. Okay. Which book is considered the first novel in English literature? The first novel in English literature. Sometimes it is not the House of Fame, the Parliament of Fowls, the Canterbury Tales, the Troilus and Cressida. Sometimes it is said that the first novel is Utopia. Sometimes it is said that it is also considered that Afra Bain's Orunku, and sometimes Troilus and Cressida. So it is here Troilus and Cressida. Okay, Troilus and Cressida is considered the first novel in English literature. Okay. Okay, and the first work by John Gower is Mirror de l'Homme. Okay, Mirror de l'Homme, that was written in French. Okay, Mirror de l'Homme was written in French. Vox Clementi was written in Latin, and Confessio Amantis was written in English. These are three works. Okay. Yeah. Which of the following poems of Chaucer is not in English? Sorry, is in English. Okay, it is in English. Hoga. Which of the following poems of Chaucer is in English? The Canterbury Tales, Narrated Archite, The Lake of Steadfast, Complete of Chaucer to his Empty Purse. So here Canterbury Tales is in English. Canterbury Tales. Chalo. How many pilgrims there? How many pilgrims go on a pilgrimage to the tombs of Thomas Becket? 30 including. Okay. So there were total 29 pilgrims. Okay, and one narrator. Okay. 29 pilgrims and one narrator. Total there are 30. 267 का ये बोल रहा है. Okay, got it. Canterbury Tales, got it. Now 268 here. 268 here. C is there are total 30 people. इनमें से 29 people were pilgrim. One was the narrator. So here the 30 people there were. So 29 excluding Chaucer and one was the narrator here. The pilgrims, so 29 pilgrims were there. Who tells the last tale in the Chaucer's Canterbury Tales? The Parson's Tale, Joffrey's Chaucer, the Knight and Nun. So Knight's Tale is the first tale. The last tale is the first tale is actually Knight's Tale, and the Parson's Tale is actually in prose. The Parson's Tale is actually in prose, and it is the last tale. So who tells the last tale in the Canterbury Tales is the Parson's Tale. Parson's Tale, that is in prose. This is the last tale of Canterbury Tales, whereas the Knight's Tale is the first tale in the Canterbury to the Canterbury Tales. Chalo. The Tabard Inn is situated in London, France, Canterbury, Southwark. So Tabard Inn is actually is situated in Southwark, which is in the suburb of London. Okay. The Tabard Inn is situated in Southwark, that is suburb of London. So Tabard Inn is situated in Southwark. How many tales are there in Canterbury Tales? 18 finished and 4 partly completed. 24 finished. There are total 24. 20 finished and 4 were partly completed. So 24. So here 20 finished and 4 partly completed. By the way, 24. How many tales are in the contributions? There are total 24 tales. Where the tomb of Thomas Becket is situated. Okay, the tomb of Thomas Becket is situated Canterbury, London, Southwark, France. So here Canterbury. The tomb of Thomas Becket is situated in Canterbury. Next slide. Now do answer. Which poem of Gauhati is written in French? Now do answer in the comment box. Speculum meditentis or mirrodilum, Piers the plowman, vox clamatis, confessio amentis. Which poem of Gauhati is written in French? Now do answer in the comment box. Which poem of Gauhati is written in French? Question number 273 is on your screen here. Okay, here I earlier told that Speculum meditentis or mirrodilum was written in French. Vox clamentis was written in Latin. Confessio amentis was written in English. Okay, chalo. Who was the first Scottish poet? Robert Henderson, James the First, Lindsay, John Barber. It is John Barber. John Barber is the first Scottish poet, and he has written the poem called the Bruce. Okay, the Bruce, B-R-U-C-E. The first Scottish poet is John Barber, who has written the Bruce. Sir John Mandeville translated a French book, Travels, in Spanish, Scottish, English, Latin, in English, which called the Morning Star of Renaissance, Morning Star of Reformation, Surrey, Henderson, Wycliffe, Lindsay. So here Wycliffe is known as the Morning Star of Reformation. Morning Star of Reformation here, Wycliffe. Which book in English is translated by John Wycliffe, which called the father of English prose? It is Bible. For which book Caxton said, out of certain books of Frenzy, Lindsay's Dream, Chaucer's The Canterbury Tales, Melodies Maudie Arthur, James the First, The King's Square. It is Melodies Maudie Arthur, that is the death of the Arthur. Yes, C is the right answer. Sir Thomas Melodies Maudie composed Maudie Arthur in 1469. In which year it was published? Maudie Arthur was published in 1485 में published हुआ था. It was composed in 1469, but it was published in 1485. But it's published in 1485. ठीक है? Who was the king among the Scottish poets? Dunbar, that is William Dunbar, Robert Henderson, Gavin Douglas, James the First. James the First is known as who was the king among the Scottish Chaucerian. Okay, Gavin Douglas, David Lindsay, and then Robert Henderson, William Dunbar. These are all Scottish Chaucerians. Here, James the First was the king among the Scottish poets. James the First composed his The King's Square in octosyllabic couplet, decasyllabic couplet, heroic couplet, rhyme royal. Yes, in rhyme royal. James the First composed his The King's Square in rhyme royal. In rhyme royal. Okay. The Testament of Square and Meldrum by Sir David Lindsay is actually a romantic biography. Which poem is called the sequel of the Chaucer's Troilus and Cressida? It is Robert Henderson's The Testament of Cressida. Robert Henderson, The Testament of Cressida is the sequel of Chaucer's Troilus and Cressida. 284 here. Okay. Who is considered 284, who is considered the chief among the Scottish Chaucerian poets? The chief among the Scottish Chaucerian poets is actually known as, who is the chief here? It is Dunbar. Okay, Lament of the Macquarie, Dunbar. Which of the following poems of Dunbar is written in celebration of the marriage of James the First? It is the Thistle and the Rose. which of the following poems of Douglas is not written by him? Is not written by him. Is not written by him. किसने? That is Orpheus and Eurydice. B is the answer here. In which poem John Skelton addressed Ulysses? This why can't ye not report? John Skelton, The Turns of Eleanor Drumming, is known for its realism. John Skelton Magnificence is actually a morality play. Magnificence by John Skelton, Skelton in meters, morality play. Magnificence is actually a morality play by John Skelton. Skelton is a form of meter. John Skelton is a form of meter. Who was the friend of Chaucer here? The friend of Chaucer is John Lydgate. John Lydgate. Okay. Story of Thebes, which is considered the supposed edition of the Canterbury Tales, is written by Story of Thebes, and it is actually 292 here. That is John Lydgate. In which form Thomas Hobbes Lamel? We don't need to do that question. Okay. Next slide. Which poem is written in the edification of Henry V? Edification of Henry V. Hawkliffe, the Regiment of Princes. Hawkliffe, the Regiment of Princes. Who is the writer of the Pastime of Pleasure? Pastime of Pleasure, Stephen Hobbes. Stephen Hobbes has written the Pastime of Pleasure. Alexander Barclay's Certain Eclogues is the collection of, it is actually English pastorals probably. Yeah, it is English pastorals. Who introduced the fast printing machine in England 1476? William Caxton. The religious book, The Ways of Perfect Religion, is written by John Fisher. The Ways of Perfect Religion is written by John Fisher. John Fisher has written. Okay. John Fisher. Who among the following is not a prose writer? Is not a prose writer. Is not a prose writer. Here, Stephen Hobbes is a poet. Is not a prose writer. So Thomas More's Latin work in Utopia in English में यूटोपिया ट्रांसलेट हुआ था 1551 पे 1551 पे ठीक है 1551 पे इंग्लिश यूटोपिया ट्रांसलेट हुआ था इंग्लिश पे by Ralph Robinson. Which work is not written by Thomas More? Thomas More इस क्या नहीं लिखा है? Thomas More इसमें क्या नहीं लिखा है? Thomas More here you see that the Sieve of Fools, okay, Sieve of Fools was written by Thomas More, was not written by Sieve of Fools. So here B is the answer. Which poem of Edmund Spenser wrote in the honor of his own marriage? Honor of his own marriage. Honor of his own marriage. Here you see that is own marriage to Elizabeth Boyle. Elizabeth Boyle. Elizabeth Boyle. And here the options are actually 4 hymns, Prothalamion, Amority. You have Prothalamion and Epithalamion. For his own marriage, that is here Epithalamion. Okay. Epithalamion for Elizabeth Boyle. Epithalamion ऐसे याद रखना E से Elizabeth Boyle, ठीक है? E से Elizabeth Boyle, Epithalamion. Epithalamion for Elizabeth Boyle, ठीक है? Epithalamion for Elizabeth Boyle. Okay. Which poem Edmund Spenser wrote in honor of marriage? The Fairy Queen. Epithalamion नहीं है, Prothalamion. The rules of it is Prothalamion. Prothalamion was in the honor of marriage. In the honor of marriage. Marriage of who? Marriage of the twin sister. Marriage of the twin sister, that is called Elizabeth and Catherine. The twin sisters' marriage, that is Elizabeth. Okay. Elizabeth and Catherine. Elizabeth and Catherine. That is Catherine Somerset. Okay. The daughter of Earl of Worcester. Celebration of the two sisters, that is Elizabeth and Catherine Somerset, that is the daughter, they are the daughter of Worcester. ठीक है? Which is not here? Which is not the minor poem of Edmund Spenser? छोड़ो, that is not important. How many patriarchal sonnets are in the Edmund Spenser Amority? Amority में total 89 है. 89 है total 89, ठीक है? Sequence of 89 sonnets. Sequence of 89 sonnets is Amority. Spenser's The Fairy Queen is a allegorical poem. It was archaic language उसने use किया था. Spenser has used in Fairy Queen archaic language. This is also an allegorical poem. Spenser's फेयरी क्वीन एलिगोरिकल फ्रॉम आर्काइव लैंग्वेज यूज किया था. The first installment of Fairy Queen was 1590 1589 पे उसकी 1590 भी है, और the second के 1596 में आया था. Edmund Spenser introduced the Spencerian stanza. It consists of 9 Edmund Spencer's Spencerian stanza. Okay. Ottava rima 8 Spencerian stanza consists of 9 lines. 8 iambic pentameters and 1 Alexandrine last way. 9 lines. Okay. Prince Arthur is the character from Spenser's The Fairy Queen. Who introduced the couplet ending Petrarchan sonnet? It is Thomas Waite. So Thomas Waite contributed his poem in Tottle's Miscellany. Tottle's Miscellany that is published by Tottle's Richard Tottle. That's why it is named as Tottle's Miscellany. Richard Tottle has published Tottle's Miscellany. That's why it is known as Tottle's Miscellany. Okay. Which of the following plays of Robert Greene represents Elizabeth's life? It is Friar Bacon and Friar Bonge. Robert Greene's Alphonsus, King of Aragon, was an imitation of Marlowe's Tamburlaine. ठीक है? Marlowe's Tamburlaine. Which play is adapted from English translation of Aristo? That is Greene's Orlando Furioso. The Scottish History of James IV, which has the vision of the life of King James IV, is written by Robert Greene. Who contributed in Merrill's Tragedy of Dido, Queen of Carthage? किसने contribute किया था? It is Thomas Nash. What is the subtitle of Thomas Nash, The Unfortunate Traveler? The Life of Jack Wilton. The Life of Jack Wilton is the subtitle of Thomas Nash, The Unfortunate Traveler. Pickerick's novel, the first Pickerick's novel. Thomas Nash, okay, here, Summer's Last Will and Treatment is a comic play, mask, satirical mask, tragic play. So here it is actually a satirical mask. Who among the university wits collaborated with Shakespeare in Henry IV? It is Thomas Lodge. Okay. Thomas Lodge, the Wounds of Civil War is actually a chronicle play. In As You Like It, Shakespeare followed the plot of Thomas Lodge's The Rosalind. Who is the writer of the Spanish tragedy Thomas Keat? From which language Thomas Keat translated Cornelia? From French. Marlowe was born in Cairo. Who was the writer of the Edward II? Christopher Marlowe. Which of the following plays of Marlowe is incomplete? The Massacre at Paris is incomplete one. Marlowe's character Dr. Foster is known for his hunger for knowledge. Dr. Foster is known for hunger for knowledge. William Shakespeare was born in Stratford-on-Avon 1564 पे, died in 1616 पे. ठीक है? Who says that Shakespeare knew small Latin and less Greek? इसने बोला था Ben Jonson. Small Latin and less Greek. Venus and Adonis is written by William Shakespeare. Shakespeare addressed his sonnets to Mr. W.H. and Dark Lady. Next slide. Who said, as regards the Restoration tragedy, the classical formal element was already there with Ben Jonson. The heroic aspects were admirable often in Fletcher and Messenger, even in Shakespeare. So these were actually spoken by whom? So these don't need to do this question over here. Okay, in Restoration, okay, tragedy, the main conflict is Restoration tragedy में main conflict क्या था? What was the main conflict in Restoration? It is the love and honor. Love and honor was the main conflict of the Restoration tragedy. 1660, 1680 or 1700. In Restoration tragedy, Aristotle's conception of pity and fear has been substituted by the conception of Aristotle's pity and fear has been substituted by what? has been substituted by admirable love and valor. ठीक है. Which play of Shakespeare influenced Dryden's All for Love? Dryden's All for Love, that is here Antony and Cleopatra. Antony and Cleopatra has influenced Dryden's All for Love, which was written in blank verse. The Maiden Queen, Antony and Cleopatra. The Orphan, the Rival Queen. Shakespeare has written Antony and Cleopatra, whereas John Dryden has written here the Orphan by Thomas Otway. Okay. Rival Queen by Nat Lee. John Dryden, the Maiden Queen here. A is the right answer. A2, B1 and C4, D3. This one. Okay. Acha. Then vanity. Then here is that is Ventidius. Okay, Ventidius. Sorry, Ventidius. Ventidius is a character in Dryden's All for Love. Dryden's All for Love. Which of the following arrangements of restoration tragedy is the correct chronological sequence? Correct tyranny, love, Nero, the rise is correct chronological sequence में है. ठीक है, चलो. Dryden used blank words. Okay. Giving up the heroic couplet in blank verse कहाँ पे अभी बोले थे? All for Love पे. All for Love पे उसने blank verse यूज किया था. Giving up heroic couplet. Name the play of Shakespeare which anticipates the form of restoration comedy. That is the Mary Weeps of Windsor. Identify the critic who described the restoration comedy as artificial. Restoration comedy is artificial. किसने बोला था? Restoration comedy artificial. It is Charles Lamb. Millamant, a brilliant woman character, appears in Congreve, Way of the World, appeared in 1700. Mirabel and Millamant. Okay, Millamant, women character, appears in Congreve, The Way of the World. It was published in 1700. In which year Collier condemned the papyrus? Who wrote a short view of the profaneness of the English? It's Collier. Jeremy Collier has written here a short view of the profaneness of the English state by Jeremy Collier. Next slide. Who defended a restoration comedy of manners against Collier's charge of immorality? It's Charles Lamb. ठीक है? It is Charles Lamb. Who collaborated with Dryden in the production of two plays? Nathaniel Settle. The Provoked Wife. किसने लिखा था? Provoked Wife किसने लिखा है? Provoked Wife here is written by Van Brugh. Van Brugh has written Provoked Wife. The coldness of the losing gangster lessens the pleasure of the winter occur in. These lines occur in The Way of the World. Okay. The coldness of a losing gangster lessens the pleasure of the winner. It is these lines happen in The Way of the World. Correct sequence में कौन सा है इसमें से? 18 का correct sequence में that is the Man of Modes, the George Etherhead, Double Dealer, Love for Love, Relapse, Provoked Wife, The Way of the World, The Inconstant and Confederacy. This one. The drama towards the close of the 17th century began to feel the rivalry of what? The rivalry of the novel and the newspaper. The Restoration period was less rich in tragedy than in comedy. Okay. James the First succeeded to the throne in England in कब हुआ था? That is James the First कब हुआ था succeeded to the throne? James the First succeeded to the throne in which year? It is 1603. ठीक है? Which of the following arrangements of the chronological order of Jacobean to Restoration period is correct here? Jacobean to Restoration period में correct क्या है? The age of James the First, the age of Charles the Second, then the Commonwealth period, that is the 1649 and 1660. The theaters were closed in 1642 पे. The leader of the period of Civil War of 1642 was किसने था? Puritan Rebellion और Civil War का leader कौन था? Oliver Cromwell. Oliver Cromwell was the leader. The Tudor dynasty was brought to close by the death of Elizabeth in 1603 में. टीटू डायनेस्टी एंड होता है 1603 में, ठीक है। द टर्म मेटाफिजिकल पोएट्स वाज कॉइन्ड बाय डॉक्टर सैमुअल जॉनसन, ठीक है। About the beginning of the 17th century, 17th century appeared a race of writers that may be termed metaphysical poets. Again, Dr. Samuel Johnson किया था. So these were all actually questions that I discussed. I'll be ending the session here. Probably, if I can, I will try my best to go to do another session in the evening after 9 p.m. Thank you. Do like the session and make sure to subscribe the channel and tap the bell icon to get more notification and to stay updated. And don't forget to hit the like button as well and share the friends. Thank you for your patience and for watching the video. And this video will be available in the playlist. You will be able to see in any time, okay, on my playlist. That is Gauhati University PGET 2023 English Literature mock test. Thank you. I'll be ending the session and I will be posting up here.